and racing. The TrustATrader King Charles II Stakes listed race underway. Pelletore a little bit slow to stride, but he's going to be dropped in by the looks of things over this 7-furlong trip. And Marvelman alongside Port Light. These two, Marvelman racing wider from Port Light. The Waco Kid on the near side, turquoise jacket. Cosmic Year is well there too in the pink cap with Labotte on his outside. They're followed by Chancellor's red colours. And then the grey symbol of honour, held up is Diego Ventura, red cap, Billy Lochnan. And then Big Cyril in the white and black colours, taking a little bit of a grip at the back with Pelletore at the back of the field. And there's two racing on their own over on the far side as they pass the 4 marker and head towards the halfway point of the race. And they are Marvelman leading Labotte by a couple of lengths. The main group, Port Light down the centre. Just from the Waco Kid, who's just being squeezed along now. Cosmic Year is coming into it fairly strongly as they move past the bushes. And then driven along, symbol of honour. Near side, Diego Ventura's red cap is picking up well. Cosmic Year carrying his head a bit high, but he is picking up the tempo here to join Marvelman over on the far side. Marvelman with a narrow advantage as they hit the rising ground here. Cosmic Year driven by Ryan now to seal the deal, and Cosmic Year beginning to get on top of Marvelman. And Cosmic Year comes home to maintain his unbeaten record. Marvelman in second, Diego Ventura just third ahead of Labotte in fourth.
Cosmic Year has remained unbeaten by taking the listed King Charles II Stakes here at Newmarket for trainer Harry Charlton. Well done, Harry. He looks like a smart horse, just as he has done prior to now.
Yeah, I think we forget that the first 2 races he had, they walked at Sandown and he sprinted clear impressively. Kempton the other day, they hacked round and he sprinted clear in the final furlong, and everyone got excited by what he'd done. But he hadn't actually beaten anything in either of the races. He's come here today taking on solid 100+ horses who've run in stakes races at 2 and 3, and it's a completely different test to him. So the race didn't pan out. It didn't pan out badly. Oisin had said to Ryan, he will not pull if you don't get cover. And Ryan rode him like that. They split, he got left in front, he didn't actively look for cover. And he wasn't keen. But I think something drawing him into the race would have made him look more impressive. I think Ryan ended up saying, I just had to go a furlong earlier than I wanted because they were ahead on my right-hand side. And he said, then I'm pushing him into the dip, trying to chase the others, and then I've lost my action a bit. He pulled it back together and picked up again and showed a good attitude, all of which we've seen in his first 2 starts. So I think it's a step forward again. He was quite immature again in the paddock, a bit fresh. But once the rider gets on him, he behaves great and does everything as you'd like.
He's got a slightly awkward way of going in the race as well, but it's not stopping him, and he's shown a good attitude to knuckle down.
Yeah, I sort of have he's a unique horse in his work and on all the sort of data we collect. In his slower paces, he has a very sort of easy short action, but when he extends, he has a very high turnover and a very long stride, and the stride frequency increases and the stride length turns at the same time. And I honestly think that people crab head carriages sometimes. I honestly think that he has to just move his head slightly higher to actually get his legs out in front of him. Yeah. I don't see it as a negative at all. A lot of horses can do this, and he's winning his races and winning well. And I thought he showed a good attitude in the final furlong. The Andrew Balding horse was second, was a bit of an unknown. He'd won well, obviously, the other day. Had you taken him out, we're all sat here saying, oh, we should have run in the Guineas. You beat 6 horses rated 104 by 4 lengths. Given not everything went perfectly, I'm pretty taken by it, really.
We've seen in his 2 previous starts that he has got exceptional pace, really, an ability to quicken that is exceptional. You said that it was something different today, and he's been able to do that against better horses off a slightly better tempo. Yeah. Is he a horse that can stretch out a little bit further, or is real speed his main asset?
I think we'll see. I think Ryan says he won't stay beyond a mile. I don't think I never thought he would, and I don't think anyone in the Juddmonte team thought he would. He's a strong horse, and horses that run 43 miles an hour at Kempton don't generally stay. No. I suspect we'll end up going for the Irish Guineas. Whether we come out of that and say Seven's his trip or a mile at Ascot around the bend is his trip, we'll see. Yeah, it would be nice to think we can go to the Irish Guineas on St James's Palace. But if, depending on results and depending on the 2000 Guineas result, I imagine if Field of Gold looks like a pure miler and wins well, he might also be heading for St James's Palace. And whether that then means we're in the jersey, I don't know. But there's obviously a lot of decisions for the Prince's family to make, and we've got a Guineas tomorrow and a Guineas next week and an Irish one in 3 weeks. So it's yeah, there's a bit to go under the bridge, as it were.
And very briefly, you're collecting this data, looking at it, that's coming back from the racecourse, but at home in their work. You mentioned that he has got an ability to turn over his stride quick, but also lengthen his stride as well. If you've got a long stride and you're turning it over pretty quick, then you're probably quite a smart horse.
Yeah, it does look that way. I always said before, we'd never really asked him anything at home. Last Friday we asked him and it looked good, so yeah, we're excited.
You're right to be excited. Well done.
Perfect, thanks.
Ryan, Cosmic Year, impressed?
Yeah, obviously he's a lightly raced horse. I think he was still learning a little bit today, but he travelled good, done everything right. A little bit green running through the dip, and once I got him organised, he picked up well, and then he won with a bit more in the tank, so I'd be very happy with him.
You go a mile okay?
I'd like to think he'd get a mile, but he's a quick horse, so yeah, he's very talented and he should continue to improve.
Expanded in the Guineas tomorrow?
Yeah, he's working nicely at home. He's obviously a lightly raced horse, ran well here in the Dewhurst, so he's got a bit of track experience. Happy with him. It's an interesting race, and I'm sure he'll give a good account.
And Lake Victoria, she's just great, isn't she?
Yeah, she had a very good year last year, and yeah, I think Hayden's happy enough with her now, and hopefully, she's got very good form.
Great to see you so happy, Ryan. Well done.
Right,
best of luck. Thank you for sparing the time.
The field, and there's two racing on their own over on the far side as they pass the 4 marker and head towards the halfway point of the race, and they are Marvelman leading La Botte by a couple of lengths. The main group, Portlight down the centre, just from the Waco Kid, who's just being squeezed along now. Cosmic Year is coming into it fairly strongly as they move past the bushes, and then driven along, Symbol of Honour near side. Diego Ventura's red cap is picking up well. Cosmic Year carrying his head a bit high, but he is picking up the tempo here to join Marvelman over on the far side. Marvelman with a narrow advantage as they hit the rising ground here. Cosmic Year driven by Ryan now to seal the deal, and Cosmic Year beginning to get on top of Marvelman, and Cosmic Year comes home to maintain his unbeaten record. Marvelman in second, Diego Ventura just third, ahead of La Botte in fourth.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.